ever been to a hair salon and struggled to understand what the stylist is saying?
Yes, it can be really frustrating, especially if you're trying to explain what you want.
Let's start with level 1 of our 5 levels to fluency. Basic phrases like "I'd like a haircut" or "Can you trim my beard?"
That's right, and it's also important to understand phrases like "How much will it cost?" or "How long will it take?"
Now, let's move on to level 2, using phrasal verbs like touch up or fill in to describe what you want.
Exactly, and we can also use idioms like a trim or a cut to sound more natural.
Pause and guess. What phrase might the stylist use to ask if you want a certain style? The answer is, do you want a layered look? Or should I use a razor or scissors?
Those are great examples, and we can also use phrases like "I'd like it shorter in the back" to specify what we want.
Let's practice using the phrase, "I'd like it shorter in the back," in a conversation.
Okay, I'll start. "Hi, I'd like a haircut, please."
And then you could say, "I'd like it shorter in the back, but leave the top a bit longer."
That sounds great. And what about using the phrase, "Can you make it look neat and tidy?"
That's a good one. It's like saying, "Can you clean up the edges?" Or "Can you make it look polished?"
I see, so it's all about using the right phrases to communicate what you want.
So, we're now moving on to level 3 of our hair salon conversation, where we start to get into more specific details about our hairstyles.
That's right, like when you want to explain how you want your hair cut or what products you use.
Exactly, and one useful phrase here is to trim. It means to cut a small amount of hair to keep it neat.
I see, so if I want just a little bit cut off, I would say, "Can you trim my hair?"
That's right, Liam. Now, let's move on to level 4, where we might need to describe a problem or a specific need.
Okay, like what if my hair is too dry or too oily?
Well, you could say, "My hair is really dry lately. Can you recommend a moisturizer?" Or, "I have an oily scalp. What shampoo would you suggest?"
That makes sense. What about if I want to change my hairstyle completely?
Then you might say, "I'm looking for a change. Can you give me a makeover?" Or, "I want to try something new. What do you recommend?"
Those are great phrases. What's another useful expression for when you're not sure about something?
One expression is to play it safe, which means to choose an option that has less risk of something going wrong.
Like if I'm unsure about a new hairstyle, I could say, "Let's play it safe and just get a trim."
Exactly, Liam. Now, let's do a role play where we practice these phrases.
Sounds good, I'll start. "Hi, I'd like to get my hair cut today."
Sure, what kind of cut are you looking for?
"I'm not sure, can you give me some advice?"
Well, we have a few styles that are popular right now. Let me show you some pictures.
Pause and guess. What phrase would I use if I wanted to ask Emma to show me more pictures of hairstyles?
You would say, "Can you show me some more examples?" Or, "Do you have any other pictures of that style?"
That helps. What about if I want to ask for a specific product?
You could say, "Do you have any recommendations for a good hair mask?" Or, "What shampoo would you suggest for my hair type?"
Okay, got it. And what's the phrase for when you want something done quickly?
That would be to rush something, but in a salon, you might say, "Can you fit me in?" Or, "Do you have any appointments available soon?" Let's try another scenario. I'll be the customer, and you can be the stylist.
Okay, go ahead and start.
"Hi, I have an appointment for a haircut. I'm thinking of trying something new."
Great, what did you have in mind?
"I'm not sure, but I want something that will make my hair look healthier."
Okay, let me take a look. We could do a treatment to nourish your hair.
That sounds good. What kind of treatment would you recommend?
We have a deep conditioning treatment that's very popular.
How long does it take?
About 30 minutes. Would you like to do that?
Yes, that sounds great. And can you also give me some advice on how to keep my hair looking healthy at home?
Of course, let me just finish up this cut, and then I'll give you some tips. Now, let me give you some tips on how to take care of your hair at home.
That would be great, Liam. Our viewers are always looking for ways to keep their hair looking its best.
One thing to keep in mind is to use a sulfate-free shampoo. It's much gentler on your hair.
That's a good point, Liam. And it's also important to use a wide tooth comb when you're combing out tangles.
Exactly, and another thing to avoid is using heat styling tools too much. It can really damage your hair.
I know, I've been there. I used to use my flat iron all the time, and it really took a toll on my hair.
But now you use a hair serum to protect it, right?
Yes, that's right. And it's also important to get regular trims to prevent split ends.
Now let's talk about some natural expressions you can use when you're at the hair salon.
Like what, Liam?
Well, for example, you can say I'm looking for a change when you want to try a new hairstyle.
That's a good one. And you can also say I'm feeling stuck when you're not sure what to do with your hair.
Exactly, and another one is I'm due for a makeover. It means you're ready for a big change.
I like that one. And what about to touch up something? What does that mean?
To touch up means to make small adjustments or improvements to something, like touching up your roots.
That's really useful to know. And now it's time for our pause and guess moment.
Can you guess the strongest phrase to use when you want to make a complaint at the hair salon?
The answer is I'm not satisfied with the service. It's a clear and direct way to express your dissatisfaction.
That's right, and it's always a good idea to be honest and direct when you're communicating with your hairstylist.
Now, let's use the phrase to follow up in a sentence. It means to check in or confirm something.
For example, you can say I'll follow up with you next week to see how my hair is doing.
Exactly, and finally, let's talk about the phrase to pick up on something. It means to notice or become aware of something.
Like when you pick up on a new trend or style and you want to try it out.
Now, let's go back to the beginning. What was the mistake we were trying to avoid at the hair salon?
We were trying to avoid using the phrase, "Can you make me look beautiful?" It's not a clear or direct way to communicate with your hairstylist.
That's right, and now we want to hear from you. What's the biggest mistake you've made at the hair salon, and how did you fix it?